the pullbacks have been bigger than the pumps. And that is the entire story of this altcoin season, which we cannot basically call an altcoin season, but this is what we are getting for altcoins, right? And Bitcoin has been consolidating above $100,000, but we are still not seeing enough gains on altcoins to be happy about it, right? But in this video, guys, I'm going to be diving deeper into a whole lot of altcoins, and I will be doing my technical analysis on these altcoins one by one so that you basically get some sort of an idea where this market could be headed. If you're not able to make money with your altcoins, guys, then this video and the next one that I'm going to be doing tomorrow are going to be one of the most crucial videos that you ever watch. Mark my words. Alright, so if that is the type of content you enjoy, then make sure, guys, that you drop a like and also hit the subscribe button. And now, guys, let's get right into it. So guys, welcome back and thanks for joining in yet again. As you can see, the price of Bitcoin is currently sitting at $105,000. In my recent update, I mentioned about this key level of support sitting at $102,700. If this breaks, the probabilities basically increase that we are going to be seeing some sort of a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, a contracting diagonal towards the downside to end this move, because this is your wave A, this is your wave B, and this will be your wave C. Alright, on the other hand, guys, if you do not take this low at $102,742, probabilities still remain towards the side of a triangle, in which case we are either starting the triangle from here, A, B, C, D, E, which should be the end. So now we are looking for higher prices, or we are starting the triangle from here, which would be A, B, C, D, E, and then we look for another 5-way move down and then we go higher. Or another way to actually evaluate the price action in terms of a triangle is going to be starting here, A, B, C, D, E, and then we look for higher prices. Alright, so these three triangle scenarios are currently in play. If we take the 102,700 low, then probabilities increase quite a lot for an ending contracting diagonal, something like this in wave C, and that should be your low. Now guys, there is also one more thing that I really need to mention at the moment, and I've already shared this in my previous update as well. This is pretty much an impulsive structure if you look at it with a naked eye. But if you know about the Elliott wave rules, then we have an overlap between wave 1 and wave 4, invalidating a motive wave or an impulse towards the downside. Now, a lot of people are basically not taking this into consideration, and that would mean that they're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1, A, B, C, a 3-way move up, forming our wave 2, and now we are basically in our wave 3, which would basically send us to lower prices. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That would be larger 3, and then another move up, a corrective structure in wave 4. Let me just mark it off as 3 as well. And then we're looking for 5-way structure towards the downside as wave 5. That could get us all the way to around $92,000. But because of this overlap right here, I'm really not leaning towards this scenario to happen, in my opinion. And also because this move towards the downside does not have a very high volume, which would be the selling volume, because right here you can see the most volume that we got was basically buying volume, a green candle, right? So that means that this cannot be basically a wave 3 inside of the larger wave 3 right here. And that is why I'm not really reliant on this particular scenario, and I'm more focused on the triangles as well as the diagonals. So that is your update about Bitcoin. And again, guys, nobody is really worried about Bitcoin because Bitcoin has been doing pretty well. It's the altcoins that have been suffering quite a lot. Ever since the beginning of this bull run, we have not seen significant upside on most of the altcoins, and that is precisely because of the fact that we don't have enough liquidity to be pumping all these altcoins at once, and this is where rotation becomes key. Now, my next video, which I'm going to be doing tomorrow, is going to be focused on this rotation principle, and I'm also going to be sharing 5 key altcoins that you can hold without having to rotate from one to another. And guys, if you want that video, then make sure that you follow me on X at 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗠𝗘𝗪𝗧 and comment on this post, like it, retweet it, and if I get enough reactions, as I mentioned right here, I will share 5 altcoins you can buy now and hold for multiple months without being worried of rotation. I have been doing quite a lot of research to build an evergreen crypto portfolio of just 5 altcoins. And if you want these plays, then make sure that you comment on this post and react to it, drop a like, and also follow me on X. All right, I will be sharing these 5 altcoins inside the 100x channel tonight itself. So they are definitely going to be ahead of the curve. And if you don't get me enough reactions, then I'm not going to be doing this video, because I get a lot of these comments on my YouTube videos that I'm sharing a lot of plays and you cannot buy each and everything. So that is fine, guys. I'm not going to be sharing a lot of alpha from now onwards. I will reserve them for the 100x and for the diligence members. The reason I share a lot of other plays is because of the fact that consistent rotation is the key for this cycle, guys, and we will be discussing that in detail in the next video. In this video, we are going to be talking about, I have more than 10 altcoins where I have prepared a comprehensive technical analysis with key levels of support and resistance and what to look out for. Are we in a bearish trend? Are we in a bullish trend? Are we consolidating? And basically what you should be mindful of. So we are going to be discussing exactly that. But before we do that, let me just quickly give you an overview of the entire crypto market and what you could be looking out for, because guys, charts do not lie. Everybody on YouTube, everybody on crypto Twitter, everybody in the government, anybody can lie, guys. And there are a lot of, I agree, a lot of factors fundamentally strong for Bitcoin and for the altcoin markets, specifically the Genius Act in the US, which is going to allow a lot of banks and companies to issue their own stablecoins, which is definitely going to add a whole lot of liquidity into the crypto markets. But guys, there are a lot of bad factors as well. A lot of uncertainty in the markets because of wars, because of interest rates, because of inflation across the globe. So I really do not want to get into the fundamentals right now, and let's just talk about the charts, because there is a very popular saying, guys, show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. So let's get right into the chart of the total crypto market cap. So guys, this right here is the chart for your total crypto market cap. And right here you can see if we are in a bull run, then we are looking for a super cycle, in which case we are basically in just wave 2 right here. And the most explosive move up is going to be the next move that we see from this bounce right around here. This is going to be your wave 3 inside of the larger wave 3 right here, and also inside of an even larger wave 3, which is going to be this one right here, the larger wave 3. All right, so this move up has to be on the highest volume, has to be the most impulsive that we have seen so far ever since bear market lows of $15,000-$16,000. That is one major condition if we are looking for something really explosive and a super cycle, as a lot of people have been calling out for. For this, guys, we have support between 0.618 and 0.5 Fibonacci levels. If I also toggle on the 0.382, because price has been consolidating for quite some time, and all thanks to Bitcoin, because the rest of the market has been tanking, most likely we are going to be bouncing off from these levels of support. 2.72 trillion to around $3 trillion market cap for the total crypto market cap. All right, now moving on to the other chart, which is the others chart, where you have something like this. All right, so in this case, guys, we are basically in wave 4. All right, we have a 1, 2, 3, and this entire price action has been your wave 4. And now we are looking for price to hold in this region again, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which would mark the end of this cycle as a wave 5. All right, now this wave 5 can extend quite a lot, because wave 3 is larger than wave 1, so wave 5 can be larger than wave 3, which would mean that the possibilities of upside on this chart as well is endless. So there are possibilities, guys, that we go higher, but again, considering the current price action, it is also quite possible, guys, that we are done with this cycle. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and now we are just having a dead cat bounce. Let me just quickly clear it up for you so you can see it even more clearly. As you can see right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is your end. And now we are basically just creating some sort of a corrective structure towards the upside, getting rejected right here, looking for deeper pullback towards the downside. Could that be in play? Now, if you ask me, I would say honestly, guys, a lot of altcoins are basically on the verge of breaking towards the downside and going way, way lower. And the reason behind it is only rotation. All right, if you don't have mindshare, if you don't have a working product which is being used, and if you don't have a lot of traction by retail, by institutions, then guys, that altcoin cannot actually pump. That is indeed the problem of this cycle. We were all told that, you just buy the altcoins and you're going to get those 20x, 50x returns. We did get on a few, but in the past cycles, guys, we have also seen that almost every other altcoin pumps when an altcoin season arrives. And so far, Bitcoin dominance has not been breaking towards the downside, which has resulted in altcoins not performing as per our expectations. Now, guys, without further wasting any time, let's get into the chart of Solana, because Solana, I guess most of you have asked for Solana. And right here you can see, so basically I did a poll on Telegram on our free chat room, which altcoins you guys wanted me to analyze and share in this video. So these are all the picks that you gave me, and I'm going to be doing analysis on these plays. So Solana, right around here, we can see we most likely have a 1, 2, 3, and this entire price action has been your wave 4. And now we're looking for the last wave, which is your wave 5. In a bearish case scenario, what we're looking for is a 1, 2, 3, and this was your 4, this was your 5, and now we are in bear market already. So this would be A, B, and C. So for your bear market, we have our support zone between $46.45 and $60. All right. And for a bull market continuation, looking for wave 5, your minimum bull market top is going to be sitting at $326, and your highest level of target, according to Elliott Waves, is sitting at $720. Again, guys, because wave 3 is larger than wave 1, wave 5 can be larger than wave 3 as well. So this target is not a ceiling in my opinion, but again, these are the price targets based on fibs using Elliott Wave theory. All right. And if you want me to give you a specific price target from where I believe that, we are definitely going to be in some sort of a bear market, is this level at $103.18. If price comes back down and touches this level, I'm not even saying, guys, that we should be breaking below it and converting it into resistance to go back lower. Even if we touch this price level and we bounce off, I would be pretty much sure that we are getting into a Solana bear market in the near term. All right. Moving on to the next one, guys, we have 𝗖𝗢, and for 𝗖𝗢, we have again an impulsive structure. This is on the daily time frame, by the way. Solana chart was on weekly. So right here on the daily time frame, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 very clean structure for 𝗖𝗢. But again, towards the downside as well, we have pretty much an impulse, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, which would mean that this is only your wave A, and your wave A target box was sitting between $2.74 and $2.98, which is being respected at the moment. As you can see right around here, price has been bouncing in this region. So after that, we are looking for a 3-wave move towards the upside, which would be your wave B, and then again another 5-wave move towards the downside to form our wave C, and then we are looking for a larger wave 3 towards the upside, reducing probabilities for our wave 2, because this is your wave 1 and this becomes your larger wave 2, ABC. If price comes all the way down here to $1.90, then your wave 2 probabilities will be decreasing, and then we are not looking for a wave 3. All right. Right now it looks fine, and I'm still holding my 𝗖𝗢 bag. But if we get a 3-wave structure towards the upside, something like this, and we start to roll back towards the downside with an impulsive structure on the smaller time frames, I would be seriously considering to sell more of my 𝗖𝗢 bags. I already sold quite a lot, like 60% right around here at like $3.9 from what I bought at around $2 back in April. All right. So this is my strategy with 𝗖𝗢. Moving on to the next one, guys, we have EigenLayer. And this token actually started to pump quite a lot when Ethereum started to pump. So again, this is an Ethereum restaking protocol, and possibly the largest as well, the most used as well, right? Now, if Ethereum goes higher, of course, we are expecting Eigen to bounce as well. And because Ethereum BTC chart has broken out, this chart is also looking much more bullish than bearish. So we have some support in this region between 98 cents and $1.06. If price confirms support in this region, then definitely we are looking for another bounce towards the upside. But before that, it is very likely that we test this zone of support between 98 cents and $1.06. Your next zone of interest is going to be this level right here, which was previously a support. Now it is going to act as a strong zone of resistance. If we flip this, then we have other levels of resistance and support flip as well, which are sitting at 2.15 and then $3.19. Above that, we again are looking for all-time highs. So somewhere around here is going to be your next zone of resistance at $5 for EigenLayer. All right. Moving on to the next one, guys, we have one of the most trending memes right now for the cycle, which is SPX 6900. Right here, we have a very nice cup, and possibly we are forming some sort of an handle. And in this region, guys, we have a very strong zone of support between $0.87 and $0.99. So precisely 87 cents to 99 cents. That is your zone of support at the moment. It is not necessary that we come back all the way down here, and we might just bounce off from $1.10 as well. But potentially, guys, we are looking for some sort of consolidation in this range before finally breaking out higher as well. This is one of those charts which are really looking bullish at the moment. All right, moving on to the next one, guys, we have Aerodrome Finance. This is the largest DEX on Base, and recently with a lot of changes happening on Base and a perpetual DEX also launching on Base, which is in link with Coinbase, I think Aerodrome is the biggest and the easiest bet right now on base for sure. That is why I grabbed a bag right around here in the last dip, and we are looking for price to go higher in this region between $1.73 to $2.58. That would also potentially take out these highs that we formed back in December of last year. This is one of those rare coins which are still sitting above 9th May highs and also continuing towards the upside, currently sitting at 94 cents. The trade on Aero was also shared inside the premium channel earlier on, right around here from around 69 cents. This was a long setup that we shared. We were looking for higher prices on this one because we had a finished structure, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then we have a finished WXY correction. We got a breakout right here. This was a very nice breakout trade. We are currently in very nice profits, as you can see, from the entry point to the current price point. It is already up 37% without leverage. You can combine it with 5x or 10x or 20x leverage, whatever you feel comfortable with, and then you can calculate how much profits you would have made if you were in the premium channel and you got this trade set up. We are looking at $1.32 for a potential take profit for this trade inside the premium channel. If you wish to get these setups and these trade alerts, then make sure, guys, that you click the first link in the description section below and join us inside the premium channel. Currently, we have some massive discounted offers. Link is given in the description section below. Now, guys, moving on to the next play, we have 𝗖𝗢. Now, this one was also requested by you guys inside the Telegram free chat room. And I don't know what to talk about on this chart because this has been a nice launch and then price has been going towards the downside, which is usually the case with all of these type of launches. So again, we have some sort of a falling wedge structure in this region, something like this. Potentially, guys, what I would be looking out for is a support resistance flip in this region above 0.074. If price comes back up and confirms this region as support, we are targeting the highs right here. This could be a nice leverage trade in my opinion. Otherwise, price can continue to go down lower, and these are going to be some strong zones of support in my opinion, 0.041 and 0.0529. All right. Also, one more thing that I would like to mention is that with these type of charts, guys, you should always be looking out for a break of structure, a change of character. So whenever price is consistently making lower highs and lower lows, you wait for price to reverse the trend and start creating higher lows and higher highs. Once that happens, that is your golden entry in my opinion. Otherwise, guys, these kind of charts have a tendency to even go all the way back down to where they actually started to trade at. All right, so this is what we are looking at on 𝗖𝗢 right now. I am not in any kind of trade on 𝗖𝗢, by the way. And now, guys, one of the most controversial chart, which I know you would all want me to do, is going to be Kaspa. So Kaspa was one of the most hyped tokens in my opinion right around here back in January, February, March or Q1 of last year. So last year, everybody was talking about how Kaspa was the next Bitcoin and it was going to go parabolic towards the upside. But guys, what it actually did was the parabolic run was right around here. And then once everybody started to talk about it, the people who bought in here, and the people who were talking about it were only the people who bought in right around here. All right, they all took profits in this region, and despite consistent buying pressure as well, last year I think Kaspa was bought heavily by a lot of retail. But still, guys, price eventually decided to roll back towards the downside, and that is how it happens in this space. All right. And now what we have is basically, if you are looking at a structure towards the downside, we have an A, B and C. So this should be your bottom right around here. But because price actually touched the 1.618, it also makes me believe that this could be a larger correction in play, which would look something like this. So we have an expanding diagonal, in which case we have a 1, we have a 2, this becomes your wave 3, this becomes your wave 4, and now we are looking for another move towards the downside, wave 5, then we have a 3-wave move up, something like this, then we come back down, and then we eventually start to roll back towards the upside. So in my opinion, one case really suggests me on Kaspa that the bull run is basically over. Now, if the bull run is not over for Kaspa, then what you're looking out for is the start of a new impulse, in which case we are looking out for something like this: wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 and wave 5. So in that case, we should be protecting this low sitting at 0.052 in all scenarios, in all cases, in all situations. If this breaks, I believe there is a very high possibility, guys, that the bull run for Kaspa is also over. So I'm not touching it right now in this region. And maybe if I get a little bit more confidence, I might be interested into Kaspa. If I do get into Kaspa, I'm not holding any Kaspa, by the way. If I do get into Kaspa, I will let the 100x members know. That would be the first thing. And guys, for people who might just come out in the comments and say that Kaspa's bull run is not over, Kaspa is the biggest tech, it's the best tech and all of that stuff. Guys, it might be the best tech, and that is the reason why it went from these levels sitting at 0.0014 all the way to around 0.20. That was a 146x if you bought Kaspa back in October of 2022, around the bear market lows for Bitcoin. Alright, it has already done a 145x. So maybe guys, it is over for Kaspa as well. But again, you do you. This is not financial advice. I'm just sharing my personal thoughts on the charts on the basis of technical analysis. This is educational, and what I'm sharing with you all is on the basis of education. It's on the basis of Elliott waves and Fibonacci tools. All right, moving on to the next one. Try to keep it as short as possible. This is Pendle, and we have some solid zone of support between $3.44 and $3.65. I would be interested in a nice move towards the upside on Pendle, considering how DeFi has been evolving in the recent few months for the crypto markets. So again, Pendle is one of the key players in the DeFi space, where you get yield on assets that you're not even holding. So basically you are lending your yield to somebody else, which is a really good tech in my opinion. So Pendle is really good in my opinion. But again, if we break below $3.27, that is going to be a very bearish signal for Pendle, and we might just continue towards the downside for Pendle as well. So we have a nice invalidation, which would mean that this could be a very nice long position in this region right around here. We are targeting the highs right around here, and your stop loss goes just below right around here. Let me just put it in this region maybe. So that's an 11.7% stop loss and an 88% gain towards the upside for your take profit, which is a 7.51 risk to reward. So again, a very nice setup. But again guys, this is not financial advice, and do not take these trades just because I'm saying, because this is a very rough design of how I plan my trades. But again guys, if I give you a trade, I will give you the exact levels and I will analyze it very deeply, and then I will share it in the premium channel. Not like this, all right? It takes a little bit more time, but the idea behind it, you can see what I'm talking about. We have a level of invalidation, we have a zone of support, that would be your entry. Invalidation becomes your stop loss, and your last highs, or your potential previous zones of resistance becomes your take profit. This is how you trade, all right? Quick in, quick out. Keep rotating. All right, now moving on to the next one, we have Mantle. Now Mantle is one of my most favorite plays in terms of layer 2 networks built on Ethereum. I would place it above Optimism and Arbitrum any day. And right now you can see we have broken a very key level of support, which was right around here. And this was a trendline support from back in October of 2023. Now we are coming back into a very strong zone of support, which is sitting around 0.57, so 57 cents. If I want to be getting into this one from the current price point, I would wait for price to flip this level at 66 cents. If this happens, then this becomes a very nice swing failure pattern. All right, we have support, broke the support, came back up, reclaiming support, and then we are looking for higher prices on this one, potentially again targeting the resistance line right around here, which would bring us somewhere close to $1.30. All right, moving on to the next one, guys. We have the leader in the AI space right now, the AI agent space, and it is Virtuals. So I shared a long entry right around here, around 55 cents or 51 cents. Yeah, I have already marked it right here. So I shared a long entry at 51 cents inside the premium channel, and price went all the way to $2.59. This was more than a 4-5x, I guess. It was a 5x, clean 5x. Yeah. Now we are looking for some sort of a retracement. As you can see, we have a very nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure towards the upside. You can put your wave 3 right here, and this would be a flat in wave 4. But anyway, this structure does not matter as much as this structure that we are currently trading in. So right here, we have a W, we have a X, and we are looking for a wave Y towards the downside. Your wave Y potential price targets are sitting between 1.27 and 1.42. Let me just quickly go deeper on this chart and see what we are dealing with. Alright guys, so right here you can see we very much have a 3-waver move towards the downside. This was your wave A, B and C. You can call it WXY as well. Alright, then we have a 3-wave move up, which is your wave X, which would be something like this, which touched the 0.7 Fibonacci level, which would mean that we are either looking for a flat in wave Y or some sort of a triangle in wave Y. Alright, and so far it has been a zigzag. So that is one thing that is keeping me away from going long on virtuals at $1.73. But again, because they are launching ACP, which is Agent Commerce Protocol, possibly this month, by the end of this month, we might get a lot of traction on virtuals, and this might just be it, because this is a very different asset. It trades very differently. So it's not necessary, guys, that every other law of Iliad waves is going to apply on virtuals. But in an ideal scenario, guys, what I would like to see is either this is a 3-wave move down, we look for a 3-wave move up, taking out this high right here at around 2.31, and then we have another 3-wave move down coming back into this region of support, as I gave you, $1.27 and $1.42. That would be a nice flat, right? Something like this. That would be a nice flat for your wave Y. On the contrary, if this ends up being some sort of a triangle in wave Y, which is absolutely possible, then guys, we are looking for something like this. So we have our wave A, wave B, wave C. Now we look for wave D, wave E, and then we look for higher prices. So some sort of a falling wedge on virtuals is quite possible. So these two scenarios might play out for virtuals if you're getting into some sort of a long setups. I am giving you the absolute alpha, guys. This is really good setup in my opinion. If something like this happens, if price gets rejected in this region, which is quite possible because you have some EMA resistance coming into this region as well, which is around $1.85. So if price rejects here, comes back down, takes this low preferably, then we are looking for higher prices on this one, and that could be a very nice entry zone for virtual as well. Right, moving on to the next one, guys. One of the, again, most hyped tokens right now is going to be Fartcoin, right? Now for Fartcoin, guys, I'm not really bullish at the moment with Fartcoin because of several other factors. Let me just quickly change the chart. Yeah, so this is right here. And so for Fartcoin, guys, this is what we have. We have a channel in which price was trading right around here. Then we broke out, confirmed support above it, went ahead, and then came back to this channel for support, went ahead again, and then got rejected on this channel, came back to the lower end of this channel, bounced off nicely, broke out again, came back again, and this channel has been respected quite a lot. So this channel support is coming around $1.03, which is going to be around $1 billion market cap, which could be a psychological support for Fartcoin at the moment. If this breaks, guys, we are looking for some sort of a sweep. So what does that sweep look like? So basically, we are looking for an A, B, and a C. And your wave C price targets are coming between 56 cents and 75 cents. So in that case, guys, if we break 1.03, I'm looking for deeper retracement on Fartcoin at the moment, but it is quite possible, guys, that we bounce off from here itself and we go higher. But again, we have to take out these highs right here to be getting in some sort of an uptrend again, because so far you can very clearly see we already have a lower high, and if we break this level and break below this low as well, we have a lower low as well. So this is a bearish trend at the moment. You have to understand these things, guys. It's not necessary that one thing that has pumped will keep on continuing to pump, because a lot of people get trapped in these type of plays. This has already done from 20 cents all the way to 1.66. It has done a clear 8x in the last few months, from March all the way to May. So March, April, and May. In 3 months, this has done an 8x. So naturally, guys, you would be expecting some sort of a correction for Fartcoin. And now, guys, I have a few other plays as well, which I really want to mention to you all, which I will be sharing in the next video, which are going to be my 5 favorite plays, which I think you can hold for a longer period of time. And I'll give you exact entry levels as well. But for that, all you need to do is basically comment on this post on X and make sure that you are following me on X as well at 𝗕𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗓, and also make sure that you subscribe to this channel, because otherwise you will not be notified if I do that update tomorrow or day after tomorrow of those 5 key altcoins that I'm talking about. But before I go, guys, I cannot go without talking about Hyperliquid. Right, so this is what we have for Hyperliquid. We have some solid zone of support in this region between $35.3 to $37.4. Potentially, we might come back into this region right here around 36.15. So if price comes back into this region, this could be a very nice long setup, and we would be looking for higher prices on this one. Guys, with Hyperliquid, I think this will continue to run because we still do not have enough hype behind hype, in my opinion. Right now it is at a level where a lot of people think that it is expensive, but once it breaks past that level, a lot of people will start to think that it has broken past a ceiling. All right, and then that is where a whole lot of FOMO starts to come in. This is exactly what happened with Dogecoin in the previous cycle. When it was going up, there were plenty of ceiling levels where people thought that now it is too expensive. But then when it actually broke past those resistance levels, that is when the real FOMO started to come in. And for this cycle, I think Hyperliquid is the only protocol in the entire space which is getting $1 billion in annualized revenue and has a working product, is going to be doing a massive airdrop and has no VCs involved. So I think this could be the play of the cycle for sure, but you have to position yourself at the right place. All right, I bought Hyperliquid right around here, around I guess around $11, I guess. Yeah, somewhere around here. And that is when I also bought PER on Hyperliquid, which was the largest meme coin. Now I have rotated some profits from PER back into Hyperliquid because I think Hyperliquid is going to be much safer asset for holding longer term. So that is it, guys, from this particular video. If you are interested to get these setups, the long trades, the short trades, market updates, altcoin setups, altcoin trades, everything about Bitcoin and on altcoins on request, technical analysis as well, then consider joining the premium channel. This is where the fun is, and the link is given in the description section below. If you are interested to trade meme coins, then check out the diligence channel. Again, the link is given in the description section below. Apart from that, guys, we have a massive discount on the combo where you get diligence premium as well as 100x program for lifetime for a fraction of the cost. So if you're interested, make sure that you check the first link in the description section below. And that was it, guys. If you enjoyed watching it, then make sure that you drop a like. And also, if you're new to the channel, then make sure, guys, that you do not forget to smash that subscribe button and also ring the bell notification icon so that you can be notified whenever I put up another update. That's all, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep hustling.